please join me in welcoming speaker's name, James Pick, who will guide us through the exciting world of generative AI.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. That's actually quite amusing, as you're about to find out in a minute. Hi, I'm James, but I'm going to just do a quick introduction before I start. If I can press play. We're about to switch to video.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm an avatar representing James, and I'm here to introduce a very special session that's bound to capture your imagination and spark your curiosity. In just a few moments, James will take the stage to delve into a topic that's revolutionizing the way we interact with technology: generative AI. Generative AI is not just a buzzword, it's the frontier of innovation, pushing the boundaries of what machines can create and how they can learn. James will guide us through the key players who are leading this charge, from tech giants to groundbreaking startups, and he'll explore the practical applications that are transforming industries, including, of course, property. But that's not all. James will also share how he's harnessing the power of generative AI in his own application: connection. This isn't just about theory, it's about real-world application, innovation, and the future of digital interaction. So prepare to be inspired, to learn, and to see the future through the lens of generative AI. James is not just an expert in the field, he's a visionary, and he's here to share his insights, experiences, and the exciting journey of connection with you. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to James. Get ready to embark on a fascinating exploration of generative AI, its impact and its potential to reshape our world.
And this is where I run in. So that was totally AI. The script was AI, the voice was AI, and the video was AI. That was not me in the slightest. I was smiling. Was I not smiling, or was I smiling? Yeah. And so that is where we can get to. I started, the only bit I did was I went to GPT initially and said, can you introduce me as an avatar? I'm going to be talking about these things, do me an introduction. And that has converted into that. And that, yeah, I mean, even the voice then, that I've done, I spent some time recording my voice into an AI replicator, so it can reproduce my voice. The video is not me talking at all. Again, I did a period where I did some recordings, and it's taken my facial expressions, and now it can replay it over an overlaid word. And so, yeah, think about the things you can do with this. This can be personalized content going out to thousands of people. If you're either marketing or you're trying to do tutorials or something, people actually feel as if they're totally embraced. But yeah, so there we are. That's what we started with. I'll show you a little bit of how we did it in a bit when we get there. But I thought it'd be quite cool. Ooh. Whoa.
You can also do it in any language.
I can switch to language. Absolutely. That would have been fluent French if I had, and it would have taken my intonation. Now, if I tried to speak French, my intonation would also have a bad accent as well. But yeah, with the AI, yeah, I can speak perfect French.
So do Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah.
Obviously, the mouth movements are totally different.
And it aligns it. Yeah, it's very, very impressive.
It's scary. Yeah.
So, I did this, not this particular talk. I did a talk, when was it? Nearly a year ago, probably, in London. And actually, I took this slide because I thought it's actually still incredibly relevant. Because 12 months ago, I was saying AI is growing faster than anything else we've ever experienced, and I still believe it's still growing faster than anything we can do. What I showed you, though, I couldn't have done a year ago. There's absolutely no question. So many levels. What I'll be able to do next year will be out of this world, I'm absolutely sure. And that's part of the challenge. When do we jump in? When do we embrace? How do we embrace? Should we? There's down and there's good and bad. There is an absolute fact, AI will take away some jobs. Some jobs will become extinct. I don't know, we've got a bit of a mix. And so we've all seen the screenwriters in the US, just relaying on the video side. And the fear in the screenwriters and the actors, they initially thought they were probably the safest lot when this started. And the reality is we've just seen how quickly screenwriting, storytelling can suddenly be changed, and then acting itself potentially. So I don't know.
What's the security risk with all of this, then, as you can see?
We'll come on to a bit of security in a bit. I'll kind of.
Of the AI?
That's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there is probably some Chinese server that has my voice on it now, and I suspect I will be doing a lot of financial deals over a voice recognition system. And I've lost it now. I really didn't know whether to do that for that very reason, because I have absolutely zero confidence in the security element of these third-party websites and stuff. But you know something, hey, in for the pounds, we'll go for the lot. I maybe already be bankrupt with the AI that's just sold everything I've got. AI has potential to make us superhuman, though, and that we've got to look at this from the perspective of embracing. I can write a 3-line script that says, "Please introduce me," and it did that. And that's kind of what we've got to be thinking about. How do we augment ourselves? How do we make ourselves more empowered through the technology? Now, my biggest fear around this is around education with kids, and because if we don't teach them right now, if we don't brace, AI won't empower everybody. AI will continue to separate those that have and those that don't, and it will be at astronomical rates. And I would love to see government changes in the way that we can teach, because actually there will be some phenomenal AI teachers out there in the future, giving equal and fair tuition to everybody if we get it right. But we're on a journey, and of course we're going to go through some bumps. With AI, it's not just going to be the big companies that win here. I caveat that. I'm going to talk about big companies in a minute. But when we talk about the big companies, as in the big banks and the big, any big player, the big legal firms, I suspect you're going to find 2 or 3 man bands actively using AI well, outstripping the returns on big, enormous bureaucratic organisations. So we, in this room, can embrace and can get a lot better, making ourselves superhuman through good quality AI. That's where I'll... there's an explosion of Gen AI. We're going to talk it's all about Gen AI. What generative is generating content, yeah? And historically, AI was more around replication, summarization, classification. Generative AI is about actually getting subjective content that's come out of nowhere. Right, do we embrace or fear? I've kind of got about, I've talked about this anyway. My fears are it's going to empower the few, and I wouldn't like to see that. My fears and the challenges I also have as a software developer myself is this concept of race to the bottom at the moment. Everybody's going on board, and thousands of players are suddenly saying they're doing AI, and most of them will fail. And models are coming out, quite uniquely, models are coming out and calling themselves open source, which means they're becoming more accessible and they're more visible. But it doesn't mean they're of high quality. We want our models to be well protected. We want our models not to suddenly tell people how they can make bombs. And there's a fight at the moment to get this balance right. I've talked about superhuman. I went to a conference and somebody talked about the superhuman, and I've used it time and time again since. I love the concept. We are empowering ourselves. But whether it leads to annihilation or existential threats, we have to embrace. At this moment in time, we can't close our eyes and say it's not there, because it very, very much is there. And it will be simple steps. Now, one of the challenges of doing these kind of talks is everybody's going to be at a different level and a different kind of thought of what they've experienced and what they haven't. So ask questions, make it interactive. I can go very, very nerdy. And I would love to, and we can kind of keep it simple and just talk about concepts. So nudge me in the right direction if I'm going off track. Yeah. The models. These are the things that you should all know about. Everybody's heard of ChatGPT? Yeah. So ChatGPT was done by OpenAI. OpenAI is, yeah, they are the ones that got to the ground first. Absolute astronomical. And I think there was a graph that showed the adoption rate of OpenAI and ChatGPT, and it was the fastest thing that's ever globally been adopted. Google came along, and they had a tool called BART, which has now since been rebranded Gemini. And Gemini is offering a 2-month professional subscription at the moment for free. So when you're ready, and if you've not, just go to Google and get that 2 months and experience what the professional, the more enabled version. So we got ChatGPT 3.5, which is free. 4 is the one that's more elaborate. Gemini is somewhere in the middle on the pro version, but you get 2 months free. Have a go. Claude, that came about from OpenAI. It's a company called Anthropic, and they separated at the leadership levels and a lot more focused on, I'm going to say, getting it right. They're a lot more conservative, a lot more controls. You're not going to be making bombs. You're not going to be tricking it into making it bombs. I'd like to see where Claude goes. So that's the one I'm kind of, it's got some great capability around language and voice and otherwise. Yes, I mean, I have absolutely no idea, but it's going to be in that same £20-odd a month, I would have thought.
Is it independent or is it?
It's a company called Anthropic. Massive, massive company, of course, because they're all massive companies, and that's part of a challenge that I have. But yeah, Cloud is available. It's for me as a developer, and I use Amazon Web Services as my core. Cloud is available within there, which is also very powerful for me. So who's done what with ChatGPT?